Okay, first project on the 6x6. I'm actually happy to say that I really haven't found any problems with this thing. It seems to be running okay. I did run out of fuel. But other than that, I don't think it's stuck in 6-wheel drive. I think it's just because I found out that the 6x6, the rear axle is locked in all the time. So with that being said, it's going to be kind of hard to turn on pavement and stuff with that rear differential locked in. So I believe that's what's going on there. The project for it is actually a bed lift. This is a bed lift from Polaris. This is a NOS part. New old stock, brand new, never used. This is actually for the Series 10 4x4. So I'm thinking probably going to need to modify this because of it being the 6x6 and there's a middle axle there. I'm thinking that this is not going to just bolt on. But if you had a Series 10 and I believe a Series 11 4x4, this kit would just bolt in. It's got everything from the wiring. It's even got a switch, the lift motor, brackets. So this thing is a bolt-on kit if you have a 4x4. But like I said, probably going to have to modify this thing to probably just the bracket that goes to the frame, I'm guessing. Well, we'll take a look here. We'll find out what needs to be modified. And one reason that I am doing this bed lift kit is because they want $65 for those lift shocks right here that help you tilt it up. They want $65 a piece for a new one. There's 2 of them on there. It's $120. I paid a little more for this kit. So I feel that's a no-brainer. This is going to make the Ranger a little more usable. You know, when you get that bed loaded down, it's pretty heavy, and it is, even with the shocks, it's hard to tip that up sometimes. So this is going to make this bed a little more usable. So first thing I've done here is I've unbolted all these bolts. There's a whole bunch of them. They go down the side, they go down the middle, they go down the end. I've unbolted the bed from the frame of the bed. Next thing you got to do is you got to pull your wires off for the lights. This is the plug-in for this side. Here's the other side. The plug-in is right here. And then you're going to have to unclip it. There's clips here. You have to unclip it because you're taking everything. You're taking this whole plastic bed off the bed frame. So now that I've got all that unbolted and unclipped, this bed should come off of the frame here. Okay, so the bed's off. And also the exhaust shield. They didn't say anything about that in the directions. I've set my plate up into, it's going to set on this one and this cross member, and they're going in these holes here, which seem pretty small here, but I guess the plate's thick enough. It's gonna push on the whole plate. It'll distribute it. It's just kind of holding this plate up there. One thing I found is these bolts. They got 2 holes here. They are not in the right positions. So apparently the 6x6 frame is different than a regular bed frame. So I marked my holes here on here, and I'm gonna drill. I have to drill some new ones so I can bolt this thing on the bed frame here, and we'll go from there. Okay, so after modifying this bracket to actually fit in there, to actually clear that middle axle, the lift is going to be so horizontal that I don't think it's going to have the right. I don't think it's going to push the box up very good. It's going to have more just pushing on all these. It's just going to push back on that and push forward on this bracket. So I'm going to abandon that. That ain't going to work. I'm going to have to figure out something else because I just don't think that's going to work. So I got to get this bracket out and see what I can do. Possibly going down to that brace right there. So when I come up with something, I'll let you know. Okay, so this is what I've come up with right here. Took some square tubing, notched it, and I'm gonna weld this on the frame. Got some flat stock there. Then I used the mounts that came with the kit. That's the only thing I've used. Used some washers there to get the right spacing. Put a little brace there because I had to overhang that, and I think it looks good. It's ready to go on the machine. I'll show you where it's going to go on the machine. Okay, so this is where it's going right there. That's where I'm going to weld it to the frame. I ain't going to completely go around there just in case I do have to cut it off or something. I'm going to make sure I can get something in there to cut the welds off. I don't think I'm gonna have to take that off or anything. I don't see where it's gonna hurt anything being right there. Should be able to slide the middle axle back enough to get it off the drive shaft. So I don't know what else would be in the way. This brace is the main back brace there. Should be way stronger than this brace right here that it was originally going to go to. So I feel like this is probably the better way. The ram is going to be almost straight up and down, so it should be good there. It should push the load straight up, so that should be okay. I guess I won't really know until I use it. I'll load it up, give it a try, but I think that cross member is pretty strong right there. So I'm going to probably put the deal down, tack this in place, and then weld her in. Okay, I got that welded in there. Gonna let that cool before I do anything to it. Now I'm gonna do the wiring. This should be very straightforward. It should be nothing like the mount. Comes with the switch. There's already a hole in the dash. Because I thought the Professional Series came with a bed lift. Someone might have stole this one already, I don't know. Here's where it plugs into the switch. You got a power deal, I'm not sure why that's what that is, but go to the battery here, and then to the lift. So, should be fairly easy. I already got everything disassembled here, got the floorboard out. I'm gonna run this back through and put it under the floorboard like it should be. It should not be run under the seat and through the deal there, so I'm going to fix that while I'm there. Had to fold the grill guard to be able to open the hood on this thing, which could be annoying. Yeah, that hood gets in the way when you raise the hood up. Or that windshield gets in the way when you raise the hood up. Here's under the hood. Looks like there might have been a mouse or something trying to get in here, but it looks okay, I guess. Looks pretty clean. So, gonna get to wiring this. Like I said, there's already a hole in the dash here for a switch, so that'll be easy for that. Okay, so I got my switch all wired up, and I've already tested it. I got my wiring run through my floorboards there, got it connected to my battery. It's all plug and play, like I said before. The Series 10, Series 11 is the same deal. Actually should work for probably all up to 2008 or 9. Anyway, so I'm pretty happy at this point. I've got her all wired up, got all the mounts made, it's all connected. So ready to test it. I've already raised it up and very disappointed, and I'll show you that in just a second here. Okay, so what you're seeing here, no, this is not a joke. This that's as high as it goes. I almost got a laugh here. Last night I was not laughing, but I got a laugh right now. I thought I screwed up, and I thought I screwed up all the dimensions that this kit had made. And I couldn't go straight up and down. It had to be angled or some sort, but I'm going to get a measurement here of how high this is right here, and I'm going to unhook it from my mount, and I'm going to set it in the position where they wanted the mount to go. So I'm going to do that. First I'm going to measure this and we'll see the difference. Okay, so that's with the lift ram about where they wanted me to mount it. Actually, it's higher than what they wanted me to mount it because it's actually sitting on top of that middle differential. So it really needs to go. It would be going down about an inch from where it is now. So that's a little misleading. It is a little higher, but man, that doesn't seem like it's very high to me. It's not even close to what the factory lift deals. See this right here? It's supposed to be connected to that. So Yeah, I've got an issue here. I am not exactly sure how to solve this. I've got too much time in that mount down there to do something different. I thought about moving, if I moved the pivot point forward on this, if that would give me more tip without actually having to raise it up so high. This ram here has only got like a 7-inch stroke. And I don't know how they figured that to work on any Ranger. Only 7 inches of stroke, you're not going to move very much. I thought, when I looking at that, I thought it had like a 10-12 inch stroke, but it doesn't. After measuring, it's only got a 7-inch stroke. So I don't know, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do here. I will I'm just going to put it back the way, hook it back up there and put the box on, and I don't know. I got a few ideas, but we'll see what happens, I guess. Okay, just to show you guys, this is where the factory little gas struts max out at, right about there. And you can see that's a pretty good angle. I mean, that's where it should be if you're trying to dump material, dirt and stuff, something besides water. And I mean, look how short this ram is of actually being on the mount. I mean, you're talking 5 inches or so there, I would say. No, more like 6.5. 6.5 inches shy of really being where it needs to be. So I'm not sure exactly what Polaris was thinking when they designed this kit, but I'm not sure that they were thinking at all. So there it is with the bed back on. I'm not exactly sure like what I'm doing, so I gotta put it back on to be able to use this thing. You can see it's dumped, and I guess anything that's slippery would probably slide out of there. But when you're talking dirt, I don't think any dirt's gonna come out of that thing. I may try a load of sand, see what happens, but I think it's definitely got to go higher. But I guess I'm going to end this video until I figure out what I'm doing. I guess if you got any ideas, you know, you can comment. Maybe you guys can come up with something that I'm not seeing or I'm not thinking about. So if you do have an idea, I guess let me know, and then I will see you guys in the next one.